I pray to, one day I hope to just, work with him. That would be amazing. Like, you get what I mean? I believe it's possible. It's just how hard I work and, just the hustle. Like, I got to just really get out there and hustle. But I believe in what I'm doing. Mm-hmm. I think sometimes people believe in it at times more than I did. You get what I mean? Because when I go to the stations, they're like, do you understand what you're doing? And I'm just like, I was just trying to just survive through the, what I was going through without losing my mind. I wasn't realizing that it was relatable or that it was going to help somebody. I wanted it to. You get what I mean? So I think what I love about what I'm doing in my work, I'm just trying to be honest. You know what I'm saying? And not sugarcoat it, because you can't sugarcoat life. So, but Tyler Perry definitely, I could say he was definitely an inspiration.
So it's one of the things I like to ask, and since you a filmmaker, I believe you my first filmmaker. Who's in your top 5 as far as like directors?
Directors. Oh, that's crazy. See, so crazy. I feel like, if I could be honest with you, that's something that, and like what I said, go back into what I was saying about just when I was doing it, I didn't really, I'm not going to say I didn't look up to nobody, but I really was just in my own bubble.
Right.
But, so I really don't have a top 5, but I can say some people that I really work, that I've been seeing, that I do admire. I feel like I love Tyler Perry work ethic. I would say that. I don't know if you remember the show from back in the day. It was Hercules and Xena.
Oh yeah, Xena. Yeah, I know.
Yeah. Oh, I think it was. I forgot the name, but of the director. But the work, the writing. You get what I'm saying? And that's probably far off from my writing, of course. But the writing is just, I don't know. It was amazing. You get what I'm saying? Like, without the fighting. So whoever the director was, I would say I really liked their work that they did. I will also say I have to give it up for John Singleton.
Of course,
you get what I mean. Just it's a scene in the new season that just was reminiscent of a scene. I just don't want to give it away, but I think when you see it, you'll be like, you'll make the connection.
Okay, yeah.
You get what I mean? It was also when I also did I think F. Great Gary, but like I said, it's in no order or whatever. It's just some people that I admire. F. Great Gary, he did Set It Off. He did Waterfalls for TLC. It's the scene, episode 4, when the brother got killed. I was thinking of when you seen Set It Off, when the girl Frankie was played by Vivica Fox.
Yeah.
When she was running, I didn't realize it until after I did the scene. I was just like, yo, this reminds me somewhat of that scene, like where they both were saying goodbye to each other. The music's, dropped and they got shot. Yeah. So it kind of reminded me a little bit of that. You got to give props to Spike Lee. You get what I'm saying? Because he's just kind of like the godfather of, the directors and, stuff like that. And I definitely would like to, I think, do a little bit more research on, I guess, the new upcoming one. I think his name is Ryan, the one that did the Black Panther.
Oh, Ryan Seacrest, I think, right?
No, that's the white guy.
Oh, yeah, I'm tripping. What's his name?
He
Ryan?
did the Black Panther one, so I definitely would like to see a little bit more.
I know you're talking about. I forgot. It's Ryan something. I know you're talking about.
Yeah, he did a lot of the Michael B. Jordan stuff, and it's one more person. I think Denzel has some pretty amazing stuff too as a director. So I think that's something I also got to just do. Keep looking. I love what Courtney Camp is doing on Power. You get what I mean? She's doing an amazing, like, the writing is crazy, when I watch that stuff. But like I said, I think for me, also being an actor, I have scripts sometimes being sent to me, and I'm like, I don't believe in it, because a lot of this stuff is just, like, it's always, like, us being disrespectful, always us being hood. And I don't have a problem with being a hood character because I know it, I come from it.
Yeah.
But I just feel like sometimes why do every character got to be the same character? Like I turned some stuff down. One it was an opportunity from a show that I was going to be on. It was just a minor part, but that's going to Netflix. Right. And I just didn't believe in it. And mind you, it's my dream to be on Netflix.
Right.
But I told myself, if I don't never make it, I just don't want to get into the business and start compromising who I am. You get what I'm saying?
You want to still be the same person. You don't want to change.
I want to be the same person, yeah. So I think that's what's been hard for me to really break into the entertainment business because it's like, who are you? You feel what I'm saying? Like saying what you going to do and what you're not going to do. Not in a disrespectful way, but just like, why can't we be doctors and lawyers? You get what I'm saying? Like,
right.
Why do we always got it? And don't get me wrong, like I said, I love Power. Mm-hmm. But why only those type of shows where we become successful? You get what I'm saying? Because that's all y'all see us as. Y'all don't want to see us be doctors and lawyers. You get what I'm saying? And when you look at somebody like even Obama being president, he was hated on. And this was a president, a black man. So, like, why can't we change our narrative up? You get what I'm saying? We not just all crack, our moms is just crackheads and deadbeat dads. Yes, that stuff happens, but I feel like we more than that.
Yeah, we have more going on than just the same old stories and stuff like that. I get what you're saying. Speaking of Netflix, and as you see, since Netflix and Hulu, there's been so many like streaming services popping out of nowhere, like Apple, Amazon. Disney just dropped theirs. HBO supposed to drop theirs sometime next year with the HBO Max. Like, do you feel like as a film director that is more opportunity, and also YouTube too? YouTube got the the original shows and stuff.
Yeah.
Do you think is more opportunity in this landscape versus maybe even a few years ago, 4 or 5 years ago?
Yeah, I think it's definitely more opportunity, especially with streaming. Because if I could be honest, I don't really watch TV as much. Like I might, like I said, I'm just catching up on Power. I try not to necessarily watch a lot of shows because I don't want it to take my art. Meaning I don't want to. I like stuff and you see stuff and it's inspirational, but I don't want it to the point where I'm changing. Like, you get what I mean? Like my characters and just my art. Like I want my stuff to be pure and I want to be in the right headspace. So, but I don't really watch TV a lot. A lot of people are on their phones. They're on Instagram, Facebook, so YouTube. So I think the streaming is like the new wave. You get what I mean? So it is more opportunities. You get what I mean? But what I realize also at the same time, I think is what I see now in Hollywood is just more people coming forward and creating more content. I think a lot of black actors back in the day was just waiting for people to really give them an opportunity. So I think now more so where you got people like Issa Rae, you get what I'm saying, started off on YouTube. Like I'm starting off on YouTube and creating something for herself. You get what I mean? But didn't wait for nobody to create, a table for her. She created, like the whole kitchen. You get what I mean?
Right.
So I think that's what I see more so. Like people are creating more. And you have to because you'll just be waiting for opportunity and you'll be, basically waiting for opportunity, having somebody else's life in their hands. You get what I mean? So
right.
I would like to see that more. Also, continuing to be more. Just create your own people, create your own stuff, be your own boss. And that's why I said again why I love Tyler Perry, because from the gate he funded his own project, he funded his own plays, he funded his first movie. Me and my cousin were just talking about Ice Cube recently and how he wanted to do Friday 4, I guess. And then, the John Witherspoon just passed away.
Yeah.
How he was kind of bothered by it. And I was just thinking to myself, like, well, why didn't he just fund his own, stuff? But I think sometimes people, they become fearful. That's that fear, those voices, in your own head. You get what I mean? Like, what if it tanks? What if it's not successful? What if, and there's so many other ways to do it. It's this other director, I don't know his name, but he was just talking, I love listening to interviews, like stuff like podcasts and Breakfast Club. He was just talking about how it was a movie last year, Megan Good, and Michael Ehrling was in, and he was just talking about how he didn't really have the money up front to pay them, but he said, you know what, listen, I'll pay y'all on the back end, meaning I can give y'all executive producer, I can give y'all a percentage, so if the movie do something, then y'all can get the back end that way. You get what I mean? So
right.
We could have had another Friday, but when you're waiting on studios, when you're waiting on people to give you opportunities, then you're never going to do it.
Oh yeah. Just to my bad, bro. Just to say this, I don't know your political ways, but Trump just got impeached. Just to let you know. So I don't know if you.
Yeah, I mean, I heard a little bit about it. I don't really know too much about it.
Mm-hmm.
They say he getting impeached. I guess I'll just wait to see.
No, it just happened. It's on the news.
Oh, it's happening.
Yeah.
Oh, okay. I mean, I just feel like this is how I honestly feel about it.
How you feel about it?
I feel like my personal view is, you feel what I'm saying? Like, yo, they need to, like, what, they just let this man destroy, you feel me, United States. Like, that's
right.
just how I feel. But then I feel like, like, the biblical side of me feel like, okay, no matter who in office, like, because of where I'm trying to go with my relationship with God, whoever in the office, I got to honor them, even if I don't respect how they moving. You feel what I'm saying? I look at it like a situation like, even with your parents, like, okay, this is my parent, this is somebody who I got to look up to. I might not respect how they move or certain things they do, but because they're my parent, I got to honor them. You get what I mean?
Yeah.
So when it comes to Trump, I don't agree with none of the stuff he did. You feel what I'm saying?
Yeah.
But no matter who in leadership, I just got to understand, you feel me, like, God is in control. You know what I mean? Like, so I got to put my faith in him. Like, so that's just how I feel about that situation. But, I could definitely say I'm happy about it.
Yeah,
you know what I mean? But no matter who's in office, like, people got to realize God is in control no matter
right.
what. So I think people, they get so too wrapped up in who's in the office, when at the end of the day, even if he's in office or not in office, like, somebody else might come along and they're not going to be perfect. I mean, don't get me wrong, he was the worst of the worst, but, you know what I mean? Like, God is still in control, so it don't really no matter who in office, That's how I look at the situation. But, I wish that it could have definitely, we could have had somebody better in office, but at the end of the day, everything happens for a reason. You know what I mean? And I'm just hoping for the best for the future.
I mean, the only thing, like I said, only really thing positive that happened during this whole thing with Trump is that he forced a lot of people, especially, it's sad to say, but even in our culture, a lot of people to not settle for a 9-to-5 too much, but to have a business and to have, to invest. Because by him being so reckless and stuff, you never know when your time was going to come, especially having a job and everything. So it's like, it to me, for him to be in the office and having people, like, damn, man, I may, like, especially people who work for, like, the government, the federal government, like, damn, I might be off a job. And for people to see that what can happen, and for them just to get off their asses and be creative. Like you said, like, you want people to be, you want them to not just rely on big companies. You also want them to, create their own fate, create their own way, so they don't have no problems, creating movies and shows and things of that nature, So that was, to me, that was the only positive during this run, honestly. But to get back on you real quick, I like to ask everyone this, just one of the final questions I like to ask. Where do you see yourself out of 10 years from now?
Where do I see myself? That's a hard. I just see myself. I don't really have an exact answer. I just see myself I see myself having a better relationship with the Father. Like I said, after my best friend passed away, I think for me,